day-old chicks to a farm, first understand the seasons. I told you in the previous video, or in the video about the top 5 laying chicken attain maximum laying point at week 36. That is between week 36 and week 56. So bring chicken, or rather bring day-old chicks to the farm at a time whereby when the chicks start laying, or when they attain week 34, 35, 36, up to week 56, it is a warm season. But if you blunder and bring your chicks to the farm at that period whereby when the chicks attain laying, it's winter, then I think you'll be in for a rude shock. The chicken will not lay because you understand chicken don't lay during cold seasons. And so you'll get a loss. You'll never recoup your money. That's the time whereby if you're asked about, if someone asks you about the entity, you say, oh my God, I'll never do that again. It is because of your fault. So kindly bring chicks, day-old chicks to the farm, a period whereby by the time the chicks start laying or they attain maximum laying, they are in a warm season. That is in 34, 35, 36, and 56. It is a warm season so that you can get production above 94%. Number 2, never ever bring chicks when you have not done a budget for feed and allocated the feed from week 1 up to week 72. But I can give you a benefit of doubt and say up to week 34. Week 34 is when the birds would have started laying and they can sustain themselves. Farmers do make mistakes. You say, I will buy the feeds as the chicken keep growing. You know that's a big blunder because suppose where you are relying to get money, the money disappears. Maybe, okay, for God's sake, maybe you had a deal with somebody and the deal backfires. So you don't have feed. So you don't have money to buy feeds. And so this is the point whereby you get a farmer selling chicken that are at the point of lay. POL. POL. You're selling chicken at POL at a very throwaway price. When you sell chicken at the point of lay, even if you're selling it for $15 per bag, you will never ever get back your money. That's a loss because you fed this chicken with chick mash, growers mash. This chicken, you build the structure, you bought equipment like the cages and the feeders. So by selling the chicken at $15 per bag, where will you ever get back your money? That is the danger in not budgeting for feed from the time of day 1 up to the time the birds start laying. Never ever ever make that blunder. Number 3, you have to ensure that your mortality rate is completely checked. Ensure that you maintain a low mortality rate. How do you do that? Before you bring the chicks, before you start the business, before you start the entity, ensure that you have enough correct multivitamins in place. The importance of multivitamin, a multivitamin is not a drug. A multivitamin basically helps in boosting the immunity of the bird. That is, the bird will give you an advantage that it can be able to resist infections, and even if it's attacked by the infections when it has had enough multivitamins, it can give you some signs that can allow you time to maneuver and create a solution. For example, if your birds have got a good immunity system, when infected or when stressed, you'll find that they will decrease their intake of feed. So you can be able to check and see, oh, my birds are not eating normally. There must be a problem. That is enough time for you to maneuver, and then you can bring a solution. But if your birds have got a weak immunity system, by the time they show you the signs, they are already dead. Farmers, you have one problem. You never ever factor in mortalities as a loss. I challenge you today that when you lose one bird, go and deduct 365 eggs in your pocket. That's the only time whereby you can feel the pinch of losing a bird. So if you lose a bird, you know that you are already creating some losses somewhere. So ensure that you have multivitamins in place first before the chicks come. Very, very important. Number 4, the breed. Most of you just go and buy day-old chicks. You buy day-old chicks, yet you don't put emphasis on the breed. It is good to know the breed of chicken that you're buying. I want to give you a challenge. If you're buying Legos and you're buying the hybrids, like the Hylines, these two birds are different. They are different, completely different. For example, somebody who has got Legons and somebody who has got Hylines, these are two different entities. A Legon lays small eggs and few in number, but a Hyline, a hybrid, a Novogen, for example, and a Hyline will lay bigger eggs and more eggs. So you have more eggs to sell and more attractive eggs to sell. Kindly emphasize on the breed. Most of these hybrids are the same color, they're all brown. For example, if you go for meat and you're deciding to do broilers, a Cobb 500 is different from a Hubbard. Hubbard, you cannot compare the two breeds. A Hubbard, somebody who has got a Hubbard will be disposing his chicken to market at week 5, week 6. But somebody with a Cobb 500, week 6, week 7. So it's good you put much emphasis on the breed. Not the breed you buy, and avoid this common norm whereby farmers will just go and buy day-old chicks and say, give me day-old chicks. You don't know the breed, you don't know the type, you don't know even the generation. Please note that, very important. Number 5, stationery. It's very important that when you're buying stationery, buy the correct stationery first, have the stationery first, buy stationery for baby chicks, and buy stationery for mature chicken. Those are 2 types of stationery, like baby feeders, baby drinkers. When the chicken get to maturity, then you buy the mature feeders and mature drinkers. Sometimes a farmer would want to buy feeders and think that you will use them universally. Then you end up getting that the chicks cannot feed on those feeders. Then you have to go back and buy other feeders or other stationaries. What I'm trying to mean is buy the correct stationery for the correct entity that you're doing. Okay? And I think you'll be good to go. The 5 tips are so good. We have now known how to do it. We now want to get our chicks. So in the next video, I want us to brood these chicks, and then we shall bring these chicks up until they are mature and we sell our eggs. Cheers! See you in the next video. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop an email for a question, and drop a comment